Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're back at it another weekend. Eric has joined me yet again. Fantastic. We are going to be tackling the shifter cable mounting brackets. I've already started working that out. It's not hard, but it's not easy. Also have the dry ice experience for getting the sound deadening out. We're gonna bang that out. I feel pretty confident that there's a little bit more like pinch weld rust that I can't get to. So we're gonna get the sound deadening out, just grind the rust away, touch it up with some primer, and not today, but at the end of it, I want to put fresh sound deadening in the bottom again, do the headliner, and actually do sound deadening in the doors just to help crisp up the inside when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Because if you drive one of these old trucks, you know they're notoriously
Super
rattly, loud, and if I can just pack 100 pounds of sound deadening in the cab,
Heck yeah.
help that much.
It's definitely rusty. It's 30 years old, man.
Yeah, man, everywhere I turn, there's rust, but we're gonna fix it all, aren't we, Eric?
Yeah, it's an island around salt water, so it's just throwaways, but cool.
Thanks a lot, Japan. We're gonna get after it.
It'll be a good day.
It's gonna be a good day. This is definitely overkill, but more is always better than less.
No such thing.
Snap, crackle, and pop. What do you think, Eric?
Science, man.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel as dumb as I did when I was in 8th grade, you know?
Nah, who's stupid now, science teacher? Not us. We got the whole,
We learned something.
we got the smoke effect rolling out of the truck. This is really something. I did this in the Integra, so I got a little bit of experience, but you basically just let it chill there until it stops making noises and then start scraping and moving the dry ice around. But we're gonna give that a go here in a second and just sit back and have a cold, tasty beverage while it does its thing.
This is a fancy cocktail for the guys right here. So.
This is it.
Yeah, this is a guy's drink.
All right, let's see if we have any luck yet. Oh, there we go. All right, definitely time to put my gloves back on. One piece, two pieces. Yep, that's working. All right, we're making some progress. This has probably been what?
10 minutes, maybe?
If?
Yeah, if that.
You see all that big old chunky sheets. And we got some hanging on this side, and the seams are kind of like wanting to stick in there. But all we're doing is just repositioning our dry ice and letting it simmer for a few, then going back to work. It's actually not rusty underneath the sound deadening, surprisingly.
Pretty. Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the stuff that was very obvious was the major amount of the mess. But I'm just glad to get it out because it was nasty anyways. So more room for the fresh. All right, well that was way less time than we were anticipating. I thought this was going to be like, I thought it was going to be the afternoon. And
yeah, when you told me that we're going to do dry ice today or whatever you said, I was like, oh cool, it's going to be a few hours. This was way easier than I thought it was going to be.
yeah, for the most part, it came out in manageable chunks like this.
Yeah.
Over here, where where the driver would sit, it was pretty rough. So we had to use like blunt force trauma to bang that out. And these are actually like seam sealed in, so that's just a little bit of that goo left. But I'll clean all that up.
Yeah.
Eric's side, I gave him the hard side. He had more surface area, but the surprising thing is it's not rusty underneath.
Yeah, the exact same spots on both sides. So.
Yeah, it's like right here.
Yep.
On both of the trucks. Your side's like this too, right, Eric?
Yep.
Yeah, both sides. this corner
around the one little,
yeah, and around our little pluggy guy.
plug nipple.
So, but no, that's not bad. When I guess we can just start messing with engine stuff again. What do you think?
You got me for a few more hours. Whatever you want to do, man.
More cold beverages, good times, tiny truck.
I like it.
The sound deadening has been successfully removed, and now it's time to figure out this whole shifter situation. I feel pretty confident that the stock shifter and the cables are going to work, but you know how that goes. Every time, like, this is totally going to work. We'll see. But sit here messing with our cables. You know, yeah. Get in a groove, but we're going to move to the back now and start evaluating which cable needs to go to which post on the K-series transmission, how we're going to situate, organize the mounting brackets, things like that. So we're really just in the brainstorming part of how we make this work. But I feel like these stock shifter cables, they honestly kind of land around the same area as the original transmission did. So I feel pretty good about it. But at the end of it, I have to make sure that when I put it first, second, third, fourth, all of that, that the transmission actually does that instead of going fifth, fourth, third, second, or any other weird combination. So that's kind of the struggle at the beginning, is hoping that the stuff that you make is positioned correctly. You can put the transmission in neutral. You can kind of feel when it's there, and just, I'm going to start building off of that position. I'm going to clock this centered, start building mounting brackets, get my cables installed, and then just start making little adjustments as I go forward. I'm going to go ahead and move into working on the shifter cables and the shifter box. Last weekend, I messed around with the stock unit for a little bit. I think if I kept messing with it, I think I could have made it work. Pretty sure that there's no reason why it wouldn't work. I actually took a little bit of time and made these little brackets for the shifter cables, the stock cables. I modified one of the cables. The pattern wasn't correct. I had something backwards, but I was like, man, it's like, do I really want that old nasty unit in there? And they make like really cool K-swapped shifter boxes. So you know what I did. I purchased something new. It's a lot cooler looking, and I'm going to show you what I got and where my head's at on modifying. Obviously, even with buying the full kit for the MR2 K-swap, nothing actually fits. So it's still all got to be kind of modified, and we're going to go ahead and try to figure that out. Here's our new MR2 K-swap shifter box. It's jazzier, it looks sportier, and it's just going to be all around more appealing to the eye. I will leave that exposed after the whole interior gets painted, and we're also going to be doing like a nice hydraulic e-brake handle up here towards the front a little bit more. So, you know, just kind of update and sportiify. Sportiify is not a word, but it is now. We're going to make this whole thing more sportified. So we got our shifter box, and let's go look at our cables and our mounting bracket. So let's take a look at what we got with the kit. The kit comes with the shifter box, it comes with the cables, and it comes with the mounting bracket for the cables. Unfortunately, none of this fits my truck, surprise. If I would have gone with like a RSX base model 5-speed, the 6-speed out of the Type S, or the Civic Si transmission, this would have just worked. Whoop. But since I have, it's the Accord and the TSX 5-speed transmissions are kind of their own design on the outer casing, I'm at this point going to have to add this piece in. I need to extend that out because the cable layout is different for the shift selector. And since this is obviously not an MR2 setup, the cable lengths are also incorrect. In this situation, they are too short, so I've had to kind of desheathe, cut down, secure the end so it wouldn't fray. At the very best, this will work. Very worst case scenario, this won't shift properly, but I will have the length that I need, and then I can use these pieces as a template and have these ends. So I have the ends and I have this, and worst case, I can use what I make here today as a template for a real set to be made. But I hope I don't have to go that way. I hope I can add a little bit of length from end to end, then come up with a firm sheathing that covers the raw material, anchor one end back here, one end to the front, and then have a solid mounting point under the truck, making it really rigid. And hopefully, hope, that will do the trick. But if nothing else, we have an idea of what we need. And so now I'm going to move forward with modifying this bracket, getting this all welded up, and then just start slowly working my links out and tack welding these bad boys on it, moving them around until I get a nice smooth shift pattern. Got the shifter cable mounting bracket for the transmission made. I actually made the whole like plateau of it bigger, so I had more room to sit there and play with the adjustment. I've adjusted that like 2 or 3 times already. I finally got that to where the cables are nice and tight and it has a good shift to it. I have extended and stretched the cables out. I'm going to show you that, and we're kind of at a standstill. I need to figure out how to make the cables rigid again or call it a day and send these out and just have a fresh set made with this mock-up cable I have. But I'm going to show you what I did and what we have the ability to shift into. So there is the modified shifter cable bracket. It was a completely different shape out of the box because it was not for this transmission or this setup, obviously. I have moved and adjusted and lengthened and shortened those two tabs several times, spot welded them, moving back and forth, and I finally got the tension on the cables that I want. You can see the sheathing there, but unfortunately underneath the truck where I extended them, it's not there and it's causing them to be flimsy. So what happens when you remove that casing is you can pull forward because the tension's there. So like I can come over here, I got that tension, you hear that? First gear is there. So the problem in that is I don't have the tension for the pullback shift. Like I don't have second gear or fourth gear. You see what I mean? Like you need this casing to keep that tension on so it's not flimsy in the middle. So we're halfway there. I either have to figure out how to resupport the cable or just send these cables off as templates and probably have a new set made. That's not crazy with the little truck. Everything's been one-off. Everything's been buy something, try and make it work. Now at least we have something to work off of, so it is progress. I have my shifter cables hooked up for now. We have the bracket made, the plates there, and if nothing else, we have a sweet little shifter box set up. I'm digging it. I think it looks hot. I think it was totally worth going through the problems and the troubles of modifying the cables, stretching them out, just everything that we're going to have to go through to make it work. It's going to look rad in the end. I didn't want to use the old shifter box. It was beat up and it was uninspiring to work with. You're like, you look at the badass little aluminum guy, you're like, that's slick. I'll put in the effort. Looking at the little rusted guy, I was like, I don't know. Just throw it away. Not throw it away. It's going to go in the bin for parts later, but you get it. So progress is being made. I'm excited. We have the first and third gear shift locked in. And if we can get our rigidity back to those cables or just get some new ones made, that'll be game over for the shift cables. But I've kind of run out of time for the weekend. I got to clean up. I have some stuff going on next weekend, but thanks for tuning in and watching. And we're going to have a really cool project coming for the truck. I don't want to blow it up yet, but something really cool, really custom, actually very professionally done. So you know that I'm not personally going to be handling every aspect of that. Is coming up next 2 weeks or so. Might be full custom turbo kit. Might be going down here. Might have my guy coming over helping us make it. Tune in, find out, watch. Thanks for looking into my video today. We'll see you on the next one.